Good morning, ladies and all the gentlemen. It is Wednesday, November 19th, and today is a big day for books. I hope you guys are prepared. DC and Marvel both are not letting up on awesome titles heading into the holiday season. You would think there would be remorse and some subjectivity and objectivity when it comes to the release schedules. But nay. I say nay. They keep pumping it out, giving us even more items and more books to be excited for. And they just keep us dangling on that hook, don't they? Yes, today is a big day. Lots of titles being released. It's a thing, man. It's always a thing. You guys got into this hobby maybe a little unknowingly what to expect, and here we are, right? Rabbit hole just keeps going deeper and deeper, and we love it, as if we could ever really truly stop. The amount of folks that have, quote unquote, cut back on their titles only to pick up new titles from what they cut away from, and then ultimately go back to the ones they cut back anyway. It never ends. My boxes are getting fuller, faster, and it's just, I can't stop, man. Can't stop. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I know you guys love it too. Yeah, not a lot of updates right now. Again, next Saturday is the Shop Small Saturday here in Crawfordsville. All the businesses will be out doing business things, giving away candy, hot chocolate, bottles of water, etc., to make the town a giant party, which is always fun. And again, that's next Saturday. That's after Black Friday. Again, keep me in mind for any unique items that you may be looking for Christmas. Already had a bunch of people coming in, looking, scoping. Even had some good sales yesterday with some unique items. And then if you haven't seen, this time of year, people start selling off some of their good stuff to compensate for their Christmas expenditures. Check out, there's a bit of a glare, but those are, if you guys know Living Dead dolls, that's the same company that made the Scooby-Doo dolls right there. And then, so you saw Daphne and Fred, and then here is Velma and Shaggy. And in order to get Scooby-Doo, you have to buy all 4 figures to build a Scooby-Doo. That's how they get you, man. That's how they get you. So we had those come in yesterday. Also had the Chipmunks Roadshow trunk. That's pretty cool. Still in cellophane, never been opened. So that's pretty cool. And then Michael Jackson, Thriller doll with the fuzzy glove, the crystal glove. So you Michael Jackson fans, there's something. But yeah. Things are just going to start rolling. I've got more toys that I got in this last week that I'm going to be putting out. There's some Funkos even that'll be out. So just keep your eyes peeled, man. I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of stuff. And then as a general reminder, the Crawfordsville Card and Comic Show is going to be December 13th, which is about a month away. So keep that in mind and put it on your calendar because that'll be the last show of the year. And then we'll be announcing new dates next year for the 2026 con season. So yeah, keep that all in mind. Yeah. You want to see some books? So today, Walking Dead Deluxe, pretty awesome Michonne cover, another Finch Michonne cover, and then your repro facsimile number one, A cover. Nightwing, doing Nightwing things. There's a few covers in there, so keep that in mind. Titans, you got your DCKO tie-in, or Starfire on the cover. So be prepared for the KO stuff. New Gods, number 12. Except that's a World Finest down there. That is not a New Gods. We'll put that where it needs to go later. That is a New Gods. There's another one there. Creep Show, issue number 3. Grabbed a couple covers there. Ghost Pepper, number 5. And then a big book today. Final Boss, number 1. I did go pretty heavy on this one. This seemed like a really cool book. You got a Tyler Kirkman cover. There's a Ryan Otley cover, written by Tyler Kirkman. I fully believe this is going to be a thing. Could very well go the route of Invincible even. Don't quote me if it flounders, but this seems like one of those books that will get some momentum, just because it's an all-star cast in here. So anyway, keep that in mind. Final Boss, number 1 today, Junior. Exquisite Corpses, number 7. You got your polybag versions, your weirdo version. Justice League Red, number 4. Got a few of those. G.I. Joe, number 14. Yes. Hectoplasm, number 3. Probably going to discontinue this one. Not number 3, number 2. It is only a 3-issue series. Well, I think I ordered all 3 issues, but I guess it'll discontinue itself. Had a very strong, kind of whimsical Ghostbuster kind of feel to it. On the hunt for Bigfoot, maybe even Gravity Falls, if you guys are familiar with that series. That seemed like a really cool, kind of a fun book. So anyway, number 2 of 3 there. Viking Moon, number 2 of 5. The Youngblood homage, or not homage, but kind of special cover. Digging that cover. That one's pretty cool. Josie and the Pussycats, Annual Spectacular number 1 for you Pussycat fans. Mark Spears Monsters. These are reprints. So this is number 4. Second printing. And then there's number 1, 6th printing. So if you're collecting all the covers, if you're doing all the monster stuff, there are a couple new ones. Mickey Mouse, Fandom Blots, Double Revenge, number 1 today. If you're a Disney or Mickey Mouse fan, I only grabbed a couple of these, so if you want one, make sure you reach out quickly. Racer X, number 3. A new Disney book today, The Lion King, number 1. Notice the baby Simba and Mufasa. Yes, Mufasa. And we're walking. Another big one today, Lost Fantasy number 5. This book, these covers just continue to get me. There's your Zelda homage cover. There's your Final Fantasy X homage cover. That's an original cover. We were talking last night whether that's like a Berserk or a Monster Hunter kind of nod. I don't know, but it's pretty neat. Vampirella number 6. I grabbed one of each of the covers there. Woo! These are slippery because of the cardstock. Aw, she loves me. And then your cosplay cover. So anyway, Vampirella number 6. Terminator Metal number 2. Notice the, what is it? Tales of Suspense number 39. The first appearance of Iron Man nod there. Space Ghost number 5. Superman Unlimited number 7. There's some pretty neat covers in here. That's kind of what it feels like when I wake up in the morning. I have degenerative eye boogers. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with degenerative eye boogers, but it's gnarly. And of course, I'm making that up. I killed everybody but me. There's a couple of those in there. Silverhawks number 10. We already saw One World's Finest over in the other stack that it shouldn't have been there. That's a super neat cover, almost like a movie poster cover. Kind of digging that. Harley Quinn and Elvira, number 2. So those of you that picked this up initially, there's some pretty neato covers in here. There's a foilie. There's a foilie. Everybody likes foilies. Cowboys of Mason, number 3. Another number 1 today that I picked up on, Ferocious. Seems neat, seems intense, potentially even ferocious. Moving on, Wonder Woman number 27, holding the lasso of truth. It's better than the bucket of demise, or potentially even the sewing needle of injustice. Flash number 9. Excuse me, Absolute Flash number 9. Ah! Ah! What's the word of the day? How about lasso? Lasso. Ah! Another odd cover there. There's your A cover. And then this, my friends, I'm going to have to step back a little bit. This is 3 giant stacks of the Batman Deadpool number 1. So if you're not in tune with the book and you're like, didn't they just come out with that a month ago? Yes, they did. So that was Deadpool and Batman number 1. This is Batman Deadpool number 1. Both publishing companies had the rights to do their own book. So we got the Marvel one earlier. Now this is the DC version. So when it comes to these books, this title, I did go heavier on the cool covers, and we'll see which ones those are here in a minute. And then some of the other covers that may be a little lacking, as far as like popularity and the artist, I only got 1, maybe 2 of them. So, for example, the Constantine Doctor Strange, only got 1 of that one. That one, only got 1. Miss Marvel and Wonder Woman, got 1. 1 A cover. Batman Deadpool, that almost looks like Absolute Batman. Almost. Got a couple of those. Now, the Jim Lee Wolverine Batman, I got a stack of those. So, there's like 6 or 7 of those. The Lobo one here. Who did this one? Sean Murphy, of course he did. I only got a couple of those. There's the wraparound one. Got a couple of those. So, I'm highlighting this because, again, there's so many freaking different covers. And I know some of you are going to want multiples. So you have to let me know ASAP. Okay. Death of Supergirl homage. Obviously, Batman is happy that Deadpool is finally out of his hair. Catwoman White Queen, one of those. Jenny Frison, Wonder Woman Storm, one of those. Here is the Jay Lee Wonder Woman Savage Rogue, which is pretty cool. I got 3 of those. This one I had to hesitate myself on not grabbing one. May grab one later if it's still around, but that's a Mark Brooks, Zatanna, and Scarlet Witch. Super pretty. Wonder Woman, Captain America. There's a lot of Wonder Woman, I just noticed. Hulk and Harley Quinn doing a hot dog eating contest. There's only 2 of those. Nightwing and X-23. There are 3 of those. So that's those stacks. Now, the cooler ones. Joker and Doc Doom. Okay, there's 4 of those. This one is my favorite. I wish they would have made a foil of this one. That would have been super sick. But the Gambit Damian Wayne cover. I got 5 of those. The foil one, there's 3 of those. And then the last of the stack, which is the one that I anticipated everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people to want, is the Deadpool 340 homage cover. So there's 6 of those. If depending on which one you want, you got to let me know ASAP, because your cover is probably going to go pretty quick. I can almost guarantee it. News from the Fallout number 6. Then you've got Spawn the Dark Ages number 1 of 6. You got a cool Virgin cover, and then the A cover down there. And then we're going to pivot and start looking at Marvel stuff, and Marvel adjacent. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, the very cool Carnage Zilla cover. And then, let's see, is that a wrap? No, that's not a wraparound. Hulk getting his ass beat, apparently. There's your A cover. There's your other cover. Megalon cover. So there's all those. Ultimates number 18. I am digging the Iron Man. I think that's pretty neat. Let's see. We'll come back to the bottom stack here in a minute. Amazing Spider-Man. Let's see. What number is this? 16. Today, or last week rather, they started this. But today we've got 2 new Toy Story covers. So you have your Amazing Fantasy 15 homage, which, again, I fully believe these covers are going to be something. It just is. There's something about it. It's speaking to me. Anyway, so you got that variant cover, and then your Amazing Visions covers, or cover, I should say. And then your Punisher Red Band number 3. Predator versus the Marvel Universe. This book took a huge dive for me, so there's only a few copies here. I'm really digging that one. That one's neat. And then notice all the beams. Nova Centurion. Super beautiful foil. Like, look at that. I wasn't necessarily going to pick that book up, but man, that foil one is something. And then that is a Frank Miller, my friends. That is a Frank Miller Nova cover. Notice it's kind of the same twist design as the Wolverine cover that he did that got ridiculed, but it is there. Spider-Man Holiday Spectacular number 1. So you've got some fun covers there. You got your Spider-Man, you got your X-Men one on top. You got Thing doing things, and then your A cover. All new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 4. Notice the Streetverse cover. So that's pretty neat. And then circling back to the bottom row here, Omega Kids number 2. And then this one for me, guys, was tough. As an X-Men fan, these covers, I didn't know which one to get. This one, I was like, that's super beautiful. That's Blink. We all like Blink. That's neat. You know, kind of like it. Then you got your John Tyler Christopher Wolverine AOA variant, which that, to me, I was just like, oh, my God. You know, so that was an instant snag. And then this thing, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yes. There's only one of those. No. 2 of those. I have 2 of those. That was one of those covers that they hid from me when I ordered. I would have ordered a shit ton of those. But obviously I did not. All of these are so beautiful. I mean, I love the Rogue one. The Storm one, equally as awesome. Your Mark Brooks animated style. Gambit is super cool. Sabretooth strangling the hell out of X-Man is awesome. And then this one I've already been requested on. Yeah. Just take that in for a second. Yeah. Naughty. It's giving me thoughts. It's giving me thoughts and feelings. Which is weird because she's not real. She is a fictional character, right? Fictional character. And it's, yeah. X-Men Book of Revelation, number 2. Your so-so cover, yeah, that's neat. That's nice. This one really speaks to me on a lot of different levels. I like that one. And then your Street Verse Magic cover. That one's pretty rad. I almost grabbed that one myself just because the other two, I grabbed that one, but yeah, anyway. Radioactive Spider-Man, number 2. Loving the cover, loving the color scheme on that one. That one's pretty rad. And then your A cover. Silly A covers. And then last Wolverine. Even to me, the Streetverse cover for this one is pretty rad. It looks like Wolverine's about ready to kick some ass and take some names. I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. This one really tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. As an X-Men fan, everybody should know and understand the Wolverine Nightcrawler dynamic. And seeing them at odds and even kind of playing on it a little bit, I was like, "Aw, what's going on?" Unbreakable X-Men number 2. You got Namor on the cover on that one. Then your Gambit and other team members on that one. And then the cool Rogue one down there as well. So X-Men getting some love with the Streetverse books this week. And then Monster High World Scare, Nocturnals, Sinister Path, Twilight Zone number 2. I love that cover. Casey Jones, number 2. Your Macy Day Parade variant, which I like that one. And then your Sports Almanac variant. Masters of the Universe, number 2, Sword of Flaws. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 82. Godzilla Starship, number 2. Jedi Knights, number 9. Captain America, again with the Toy Story variants, with Buzz. Pretty rad there. Civil War, facsimiles being printed. Hello Darkness, just in time for Thanksgiving. Doing some Halloween or Thanksgiving themes. These covers are just blowing me away. Like, look at that. It's just, they speak volumes without even having any words. It's just, they paint such a picture. Power Rangers Prime, number 12. One World Under Doom, number 9. Again with the Streetverse, gotta love it. Then your Scarlet Witch variant. Your Red Hulk variant. Doomosaurus Rex. That's kind of an homage to an Avengers cover that they did back in the day. Yeah, all of those. And then last but not least, Ninja Turtles Power Rangers 3, number 3 of 5. Some awesome covers in here for you Power Ranger fans and Turtle fans. Super pretty foil. That's the FOC variant foil. So that one's cool. There's your Virgin cover. Like, they don't hold back on these things. Yeah. So that's all the books. And then with some of the trades that I got, if you're looking for Absolute Martian Manhunter Volume 1, I got a couple of those in today. Let's see. That is for my daughter. Check out the cool Judge Death Mega Special. Stories from the world of the Super Fiend. So if you're a Judge Dredd fan, or if you're just a heavy metal fan, I mean, check out that cover. That is a thing, my friends. And then a cool cardboard book, Unfold the Ship and Lift the Flaps, for a really cool story for your Pokemon kids. And then Little Mega Man 2. So I had number 1, or I have number 1. Here's number 2. That's on the shelf. So if you're a Mega Man fan, there you go. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff this week. X-Men, just doing it to it. Cool Toy Story variants, Turtle variants, Streetverse variants. The Batman Deadpool, again, just printing money basically at this point. Absolute flash. Cool Ferocious number 1, Elvira and Harley number 2, Lion King 1, Viking Moon 2, Final Boss. Again, you guys don't miss the opportunity for that. I think that's going to be a thing. And then the rest of the books. So, again, lots of toys, lots of books, lots of new things hitting the shelves. Next Saturday, small business. Make sure you add it to your calendar. It's going to be fun. We're going to be partying for sure. Maybe not like high school solo cup kind of party, but, there might be solo cups. It's just going to be filled with hot chocolate. Unless you, talk to me about additives or something. No, not really. I can't do that. I'll get in trouble. Anyway, have a good day. Have a good Wednesday. I'll see you soon. Stay warm. And let's prepare. Excelsior.